Stories from the Tabernacle by May Moore. Stage directions for Mother Teresa. Now, I cut out an outline of India, but it's so big it doesn't quite fit in this space. So I can kind of show it to you. Again, it's very rough, but here's how I would face it. The bottom of India is facing towards the audience. Here's the audience, and this is the storyteller's perspective right here. Okay, so the Mother Teresa story takes place in India, and here's our felt outline of India. But the story starts with Agnes as a little girl. So I've painted one of the child-sized pieces just pretty plainly to show that here she is as a little girl. And then it talks about how she wants to become a nun. So I'm not going to place the figure because she's not in India yet. I'm just going to show that first she was a little girl. And then I painted this figure like a nun, black and white, to say that Agnes grew up to become a nun. And then we talk about how she, grew up in Eastern Europe, but then she traveled all the way around. So I'm just going to kind of make a big circle to show that eventually she landed. Here I'm going to place a little green felt cross right here in India. And this is where she's going to kind of land. She's going to land on the green cross in India. And she's going to be facing the audience. So her back is going to be to you. And then this is going to be where she learns her three new languages, show them with your finger, the three fingers. And then she is going to become a teacher. So we're going to put two more little kid figures in the cross in front of her. So this is kind of her school here. So there she is. Agnes is a teacher. But then we want to show that there's things outside. So outside of the green, sort of in her neighborhood, there's kids who are not well taken care of. And I painted these figures, sloppily to kind of say, like, these are the kids who are not taken care of. So one of those kids is kind of outside of the green. And we're showing that Mother Teresa sees them as well, not just her students. And then she also sees people who have leprosy. So again, here's a figure that's kind of painted to look like it's in distress. So I'm going to put this one lying down out there. But she also sees people kind of outside of her little school bubble who are sick, who have leprosy. And then she's going to take her trip on a train. So here's a little felt train track. And it's going to come this way. And she's going to move along the train track. And this is where she hears the voice of God calling her to the poorest of the poor. While she's there, we're going to move these figures. And she is going to be called to the city of Kolkata, and I'm going to use a dot, and I'm going to place it sort of where it is geographically in India over on this side. And as she transitions from Agnes on the train, this is when we bring out the figure that I painted to look like Mother Teresa in her sari. And we talk about how she started to wear saris because that's what people wore in India. So now I'm going to move these pieces off, and Mother Teresa is now going to be in Kolkata, and she's going to be facing the audience over here. And we're going to have another leper figure, and she is going to, you're going to kind of, these people don't have arms, but you're going to kind of place it in front of her and move your fingers as if you were kind of cleaning and taking care of the leper. And then there's a green mat that she's going to kind of bring here so the leper is taken care of, has a place to lie down. And then to show that other people came and helped her, I made a second Sister of Charity in the white and blue. And I place her over next to Mother Teresa to show that she kind of had help. And then she has even more help. And when she has enough people who want to help her, they open these two buildings. So there's two green felt squares. We're going to place these just kind of in the middle of India, even though it all happens in Kolkata. And then in one of these squares, we're going to show the house for the dying. So we're going to place these figures, kind of these two people right here. And we're going to move Mother Teresa to kind of be taking care of them in the house for the dying. Then we're going to move the second Sister of Charity over here. We're going to show that this is a place for the kids to be taken care of. So I have the 2 kids that I'm going to place in this house. We'll move that off. And then it kind of ends with your hands over her to say, like, this is where she lived her whole life, and she died in the city of Kolkata.